Welcome to the PTTS. Today's day is March 24th, 2026. My name is Nang Hong Lam. Today's PTTS sessions video is on PTTS Exclusive First Magazine third update. Anyway, before I begin on that, I just wanted to point out a few things. Pretty much, I just felt that I am being forced to go heads, like collide against these brainstorm that I basically, like what I brainstormed right here. It's like asylum, voice in my head, curses, adversity, suicide, not dead, not alive, prime evil, forsaken ghetto, and extreme poverty. So I'm basically colliding against this, and which that time I just been saying that I'm being tormented daily. It's just like that's equivalent to I'm colliding against this because I won't, kind of I'm trying to deny about it by saying that I'm being tormented daily and things like that. And so I felt that, I just, if I keep doing this, felt like I'm gonna one day, just gonna, like stuff a baseball bat into my own mouth or something, kill me just really horrible or something. It's like, okay, so anyway, I just don't want to keep colliding against this. So I felt like, so I'm brainstorming on, maybe taking steps as, like for each videos, I'm gonna make one video on my list of videos uploaded to my YouTube channel, and then also in that list, so kind of like in a way, I want to make a video to point out all the things I have done, kind of like in a way, like list of video uploaded to my YouTube channel, list of videos that it's on my new camcorder, which is the Android phone and the CX12 camcorder, and basically I have a lot already from just because of just been recording myself regularly, so I have a lot of these. I haven't really kind of need to list them, and also the older one I already list them. So the older camcorder I have already listed, so I kind of like just. And then as also the list of video game walkthrough, I have also already listed and kind of like video on walkthrough, but not kind of like I haven't really finished listing this. Got started on the strategy guide on walkthrough. So or the list of video game, and then list of movies and TV in-depth summarization. I also already list this, and list of PTTS Block contents. I did some of this, but it need to be more organized on this. So but mainly the 6 block. Each block have a lot of contents, so have to go through like listing each block, like it could go up to like around 80 pages. So kind of like in a way, 80 pages or more, like, so there's a lot of content in each block. So 6 block is a lot of content and all that, and then the more recent, which is like I started around, that's why I got PTTS 2023, because after the 6th block there was kind of like the North Claremont branch library was closed down for remodeling or something. I didn't really check to see what was the reason that was being closed, and then reopened at 2023. So it kind of like separate the 2 periods. So 2023 to current. So to kind of separate the 2 different. So kind of did a lot of listing. Just I have to be more organized on that. And okay, and also list of non-fiction article and list of Balantica title. Okay, so anyway, well, basically I'm brainstorming right now that I'm at the beginning of the video. I'm gonna go through all these different lists and show them, and show like in front of the camcorder on all these different lists, and then I will explain why I want to request a conference with a crowd of people who would listen to what I say. And then also I would say, kind of use that also in that same video. I would say the thing I would say, you know, if people did put together a conference for me. So kind of like that is brainstorm, basically why so kind of like first I will go through these brainstorming lists, and then I will point out that I want to request a conference, and then I point out if people put together a conference for me, then, you know, like what would I be saying in that conference and things. So in basic, that's the whole video. And okay, so pretty much instead of going kind of colliding against this, you know, it's like I felt that it's just really ridiculous. I'm gonna be doing something that is really like, it's just okay. There's some background activities going on right now. I'm gonna continue while the background activity is going on. I kind of paused it because of I paused it a few times already because of the background activities. I'm gonna continue while the background activity is going on. Okay, anyway, like I'm saying, I just don't want to collide against this. Or like I'm saying, I kind of focus more on adversity because it's more general word. So kind of like in a way, but it's not basically all this, you know, like I brainstorm out. But usually, you know, I would just go with adversities or curses. These 2 are more general, so kind of like adversity and curses. Okay, so pretty much that is the brainstormed, just so that I stop colliding against this. Anyway, pretty much I just felt that also, you know, like maybe after that video, and I could even start talking about each of the lists, the different lists, like list of Balantica. I mean, I would definitely have a lot to say on this, but at the same time, I'm currently about 20% done on the documentary, the Balantica documentary, which is titled it as My Situation Emergency Affair, and it is a documentary. So, and or like also known as Balantica documentary. So either one, like, fine. So, but I'm around 20% done on this, and felt like maybe I want to start talking about this so that could give me myself some more time, because I have a lot of things to do, and I'm really hurrying along on trying to. That 20% was like I've been going at a hurrying me myself so that I have that 20% done. So I want me make a. I have made like an update on it, but like I'm saying, maybe another update, but talking about it a little bit more and things like that. And I don't. It's just like I felt that PTTS. I felt I like. I don't know. Like pretty much, I felt maybe it would be really hard to talk about it if people get confused. Balantica and PTTS can't make the kind of like in a way that don't know what's the difference between PTTS and Balantica and things like that. And here's the logo for PTTS, and here's the logo for Balantica. So I felt maybe because I'm stressed, I'm like really in a hurry and very stressed out about writing my situation emergency affair documentary, which is about Balantica. And so I felt maybe I don't know, so it would be really tough if some kind of confusion broke out about PTTS and Balantica and things like that. And in summary, I think I am just being rushed. Like should I focus? It's kind of like in a way, and then like my life, like I mean, make a logo of myself. It's like blindfolded and like you could see my name Ning Lam right here, and I'm blindfolded, and so this PTTS is my independent company, and this is Balantica logo, and basically I just felt like I'm just being pushed it to rush all, like being rushed it. I'm being rushed it, and it just like I felt like at the rate I'm going, I'm just gonna collide against this, and then at the same time being rushed it, and then I'm gonna collide against this. So it's like, so basically that's why I go through all these different lists of saying that like I have already went through all of this. It's kind of like in a way could give me a break and stop rushing me and things like that. It's like, so pretty much that's what I want to point out, is just like that when kind of like in a way that it's just kind of like in a way like I went through all of this, that kind of like stop, like just want to give myself a break, like I don't have to keep rushing myself. It's like I already went through all of this, and just like, and it felt like because I put a lot, because currently I'm really stressed out on writing the Balantica, the my situation emergency affair documentary, which is like this logo Balantica. So kind of like in a way it just felt that and then felt like I just, what about all these other things, like you could see, and it's kind of like in a way it's like, anyway, like I just felt that felt like I had to rush on doing it just like this alone. I felt like it's already being rushed in, and felt like I have to because PTTS. I'm working on PTTS Exclusive First Magazine, and feel like I'm being rushed it on this also, and well, this image of me blindfolded myself is from the current Atlantica title, which is titled it as Bastard Retribution Paradox Incognito. So this is my most current Atlantica title that I'm writing on, and well, some days ago I have, well, I mean, not that long ago I came to a stopping point, but some days ago I add 2 more chapters to it, which chapter 16, which I titled it the most painful deaths, and I felt maybe I decided to change that, maybe that title, I don't know, like it felt, it's just like, because like I'm saying, because of just keep being rushed it on all the thing, and then so I've decided to change that to second chance, so the most painful is death. So on chapter 16 I changed it to second chance instead. So there's 2 more chapters so pretty much I wrote 2 more chapters to the stopping point. It's just kind of like, like saying that it is because my most recent title, and even though I'm at a stopping point, I'm kind of like, I felt like, it's just all being rushed in and everything, and so okay, anyway, okay, I'm just kind of pause that video to change the page. So okay, so back to the, so pretty much, like I'm doing a, so pretty much, like I couldn't be like writing how I wrote the first 15 chapter, which I kind of just focus on that, but I couldn't do that because I'm currently writing Atlantica, my situation emergency affair documentary, and I'm working on PTTS Exclusive First Magazine. So so pretty much, like that's why I only wrote 2 more chapters to it, and I just couldn't did what I did on the first 15 chapters. We just kind of focus on that. And okay, anyway, I kind of paused the video because of the background activities, so I'm gonna continue where I left off. Okay, so anyway, back to what I'm saying. Alright, so basically I just want to point out those things, just mainly because I felt I'm being rushed in, and I'm also like, felt like I'm gonna cry against this, like I've been pointing out. A silent voice in my head, curses, adversity, suicide, not dead, not alive, prime evil, forsaken ghetto, and extreme poverty. So I felt like I'm gonna cry against this, and at the same time being rushed it. And okay, so pretty much that is why I have to point out those few things before I begin today's PTTS sessions video. Okay, so now I'm gonna begin today's PTTS sessions video. Okay, so back to the PTTS Exclusive First Magazine 3rd update. Okay, so this will be okay, I just kind of paused the video for a second because earlier, like about few days ago, I brainstormed it to call these pages as logos and symbol, but I don't know, like some reason I want to brainstorm to change that, and currently, like, I felt either call it like logos I don't know, basically right now I just felt like I wanted to change that, and I don't, so I haven't really. Okay, I kind of just paused the video to just give myself some brainstorm what to call these pages. Okay, basically I come up with the name for now. I don't know if I needed to change or not, but I think it should be called logo overview, because look at right now I'm overviewing, seeing these logo at like as an overview. So kind of like in a way, I think that should be the name, because look, seeing like there's like an overview of the logo. So I think that should be the name for these pages, logo overview. Okay, so for now I'm gonna go with that page, logo overview. But anyway, like right now you could see that it's a logo organized, which I have to change that. Okay, I'm gonna change it right now. I'm gonna pause this video for a second. Okay, so I kind of changed the logo organizer to logo overview. Alright, so anyway, so this is how it's gonna look like, and I'm trying to finish it up. Even it's due on March 20th, and right now it's March 24th. So it's been the past few days already. So that's why I'm trying to hurry along on it. And okay, so anyway, pretty much looking at the PTTS block, and well, I kind of like, well, this one is called Magic Tournament and Double Dilemma, and I just kind of shortened the title to just Double Dilemma instead of Magic Tournament and Double Dilemma. And this one's supposed to be encore. Encore mean like again, it's like, it means like Double Dilemma, Magic Tournament and Double Dilemma again. That's why there's this really sad face, it's like, I have to do that again, it's like, Double Dilemma is the most conflicted time of my life, and kind of like an encore Double Dilemma again. It's kind of like in a way, it's like, that's why I kind of shortened the title just to avoid, it's like, even though like I did participate in the Magic the Gathering tournament, which is, I call it Magic Tournament. I mean, there's kind of in a way just like Magic the Gathering tournament, and I just call it Magic Tournament, and so kind of like in a way, but that's the original title is Magic Tournament and Double Dilemma, and I just shortened it to just Double Dilemma. And it's Double Dilemma means like the most, kind of like in a way, this term means like been facing a lot of like adversity, including bad luck constantly happening to me, and just to categorize this period of time, and I call it the Double Dilemma. And so like in a way, these supposedly like the same block, but it's going too long already, and I felt, and kind of like I get really close to that line already, so I felt like I'll extend it to another block, and I called it Encore, mean again, like Double Dilemma again. So that's why the third block is called Encore. But I felt like since it is another block, and so that's why like this is set phase. And anyway, okay, like anyway, I changed the Encore to Break of Dawn. Break of Dawn means like just like when dawn just started, Break of Dawn. So it's another way of saying when dawn just started. And so in a way, just really early, this is sort of like it's really early, it's like, if you look at my TCG history, it's 27 years out of the 41 years of my life. 27 years of TCG history out of the 41 years of my life, and 27 years of the TCG history out of the 33 years of the TCG history. So kind of like in a way, you're looking at that, it would be like Break of Dawn. It's still very early and everything. It's like, so it's a chance for me to say it's still very early. The TC is still very early, and it's just, especially because I have the most first places in the TC tournaments among all the TC players in the regions of San Diego. So it's like, so it's sometimes this because of having these first places, felt that I'm obligated to celebrate the championship, the TCG championship, and all of that. And okay, so anyway, so that's why I have to point out that it's still very early. That's why, like I say, 27 years, my TCG history is 27 years out of 41 years of my life, and 27 years out of the 33 years of the TCG history. Basically, TCG history, it's only at 33 years. It started on 1993. That's when the TCG history began. So it's around 33 years of history. So that's why it's just really hard for me to get a chance to point this out that it's still very early, because I'm obligated to celebrate the TCG championship. And it's just really hard for me to point out that TCG history is still very early. And anyway, and there's just the New World event. Okay, New World event, the original title when it just began is New World event, and then Star Dragon Paradise. It didn't last long before I just keep it a New World event. The Star Dragon Paradise is just like, I just brainstormed it to call my like a store, that I kind of like, in a way, I need to make a living too, it's like I felt like maybe just call, open up a store called Star Dragon Paradise. And anyways, but I decided to just shorten the name to just New World event. And basically I was planning maybe after the New World event get to talk about this store that I opened up. Maybe the New World event supposed to be really kind of like, in a way, grab attentions. This New World event sort of maybe might able to grab some attentions, and I get a chance to show people that I want to open up a store and things like that. So that's But and then just not long, I decided to just keep it at New World event. So it's like, also I didn't get a chance. It kind of like ended early. This New World event ended early. It's about, and I just keep it at, kind of just go with how it ended, and I just keep say that was pretty much how I also planned it. I was just thinking that the rest of it, I would start talking about, like my plan on opening up my store and things like that. So I kind of just keep it at, just New World event and how it ended, and didn't want to go on with the rest of it. The rest of it mainly focused on a lot on like my schedule and how I want to, my plan on opening up the store, which using my eBay account and things like that. And so anyway, like I just kind of just go with that, and it's already a lot already. Like I felt this one have a lot, kind of like the New World event have like put a lot more, kind of like a lot of things, like a lot of things happening in this one, that it is kind of like more than the other blocks so far. So the New World event have a lot, even though it kind of ended a little bit early than how I planned it, but I just kind of go with that, and it's already have a lot of things already. And okay, so pretty much that's just, so for some reason, if you saw the original name, like New World Events, and saw Dragon Paradise, just that was the plan. Just wanted to announce that I want to open up like having plan on want to open up a store, so I could get some, like make some funds to continue on with these PTTS Block and things like that. And okay, anyway, so that is the first 6 block of actually, like, that's the 6th block. That's the 6th PTTS block. Kind of like, in a way, I did work on other blocks, but just so far I have just posted up these 6 blocks. Even though I did work on other blocks, PTTS blocks. Okay, so pretty much just want to quickly point out, just because it's, like I'm saying, okay, I'll talk more about it some other time. For now, this is just real briefly going through these 6 blocks. And also, so this is page 14 and then page 15. I'm still working on page 15, but you can see the New World Events logo. These logo are it's called New World Events Duelist Team. So each one of these is a duelist team, and okay, you kind of like able to follow the New World events, all the function and features, including everything, kind of like, and just really good at trading card game, like kind of like you have competed regularly in the trading card game tournament and things like that. It's actually, I felt you would kind of get to try, like the New World event experience is actually worthwhile and everything. Okay, so I kind of paused the video to kind of zoom in more so you could see it better. Actually, and the New World event flyers, like this is the New World event flyer. This is just part of it. So just keep it on this. You could so that the camera angle could zoom in on all 9 of the NDT New World Events Duelist Team. Okay, so this one also included the Sentinel Wave and Sentinel Mark II. So anyway, I'm gonna keep it this so that you could see all 9 of the. Okay, so anyway, I'm just gonna briefly go through all 9 of them. Okay, so anyway, if you read, I don't know, like, it really, it basically have a lot of, on the biography, each of the New World Event Duelist Team biography, it doesn't follow, it's kind of like in a way, there's changes to it, because, so right now I'm just going to quickly go through how it's supposed to be. Like, back then, it was, it's just because, I don't know, like, I felt that probably no one I don't, like, okay, pretty much last night, I was, kind of caught up talking about basically these characters came from the Atlantica titles, and I was kind of like, last night got caught up talking about that, and it was already close to midnight and everything. In one of the video, pretty much, I was talking about it. So right now, I'm gonna keep it at, it's really hard to talk about it because misunderstanding could break out, and or miscommunication and things like that. But so back then, that was how it was kind of like, because of, it's really hard to talk about because of the misunderstanding / miscommunication. Anyway, right now I'm just gonna briefly go through it and how I kind of want it to be, even though it might not be like that back then. Like I was saying, because of the hard to talk about and the misunderstanding / miscommunication. So right now I'm just briefly gonna go over. Okay, this is Odin, kind of like the character. Like I'm saying, it doesn't have to. I felt maybe say could be another character, like I don't know, like, okay, so I don't know. Okay, so I'm not, basically I kind of wanted to list like the character that is associated with this New World Event Duelist team, but like I'm saying, probably just gonna skip that just to avoid the hard to talk about and the miscommunication / misunderstanding. So I'm just gonna briefly go talking about the abilities, the New World Event Duelist team abilities and then see if I go into maybe if there's still some time left, I'll probably talk about the characters. Okay, so this one is it's a balanced team, so it really balanced play and balanced play and stable play. Kind of like, in a way, kind of use this like the rule break. Certain team, if have too powerful on this, means it's not balanced. So kind of like, in a way, because it's kind of like offset. Might like I'm saying, also the different strategy you could use and things like that. But it kind of just focus this like the rule book, because it's really balanced and stable. Like I'm saying, but it makes this team, their play is kind of like that. It's nothing new. It's just that no new play, just because you're just focusing on the fundamental and also balance and stable, and so there's not really a lot of new plays to this. So if you want to try out new play, you might want to try out the other team also. So this one, like I'm saying, you want to keep the fundamental and the balance and stable, then this one's, and this one you could tell right away it's a sword, so it's close combat. So this one's like focus on close combat, and so this one focus on mainly close combat. So you could like so this deck evolve around close combat, and then this one, well, mainly evolve around location, but there's also some tactical play to this also, but mainly like a lot of emphasize on location cards. This one, these two are like opposite, like kind of like in a way. This one have a lot of offensive tactic, and this one have a lot of defensive tactic. So it's like, it's actually, if you could pull through with the defensive tactic, it actually is worthwhile. It's just because you keep hearing the saying, a good offense is also a good defense, and you keep hearing that saying. So it's like, so it's worthwhile when, because of that saying, it's actually worthwhile when you could pull through with the, make like connect the play with this one, the defensive tactics. Okay, so these two, like this one focus a lot on offensive tactics, this one focus a lot on defensive tactic, and this one is, well, Locker Adventure. Pretty much, I think mainly just wanted to optimize, like wanted a team that able to optimize all the new world events, function and features, like what it would be like, and I felt this team have that abilities to do that. So kind of like in a way, and so kind of like in the description would saying that this team would be like the debut for the new world events tournament because of the ability to optimize the function and features of the new world events. Okay, and equipment and gadget equipment, so kind of like right away you could tell it focused a lot on equipment. And then for as you could see, the logos of force field, so you could tell right away it's focused on force field. And okay, this one is trying to also explain itself. Like, see, like that's, if you kind of draw that Star David sign, that is the starting point. So pretty much it's just an indication. It's just early on you could summon out a powerful force. Okay, so I kind of paused the video to flip to this page. This is the boss fighting force maximum, like the gauge 3 is the max ability, so could summon stout units. So kind of like in a way, that logo pretty much indicate that, because that early on, because of the ability to summon the stout unit. So kind of like in a way just saying like you could call for help early on, like kind of, like the, so pretty much that's what the logo is indicating. Like I was saying, I was in a hurt, kind of like in a way I didn't even, I mean, I have only scheduled it time to have to post up all of this, so like in a way I felt, and I didn't even get to, like I was saying earlier in the video, that I didn't get to post the rest of the part where I talk about opening up my store and things like that, even though I kind of go with how it ended, that's how I want it to be, just able to show the new world event, even though I didn't really get the chance to talk about my plan on opening up my store and things like that. Like, I just go with that, just how I wanted the new world event to be like and things like that. Okay, there's another thing I want to add to the Block adventure. This one and is a lot of range experts, so range combat, and this one, the Wing Fang Sword. Wing Fang Sword is focused a lot on close combat. So these two are, this one close combat and this one's range combat. So you could see like, and this one offensive tactic, this one defensive tactic. So I mean, in a way, it could be like seen as opposing forces, because of the offensive tactic and defensive tactic, and this one range combat and close combat. And okay, anyway, it's already been a while. So I can't like remember everything about all the 9 new war events duelist team. It's just been so long. Kind of like example, like at one glance, you would see like the force field. Could the force field time it exactly when these 8 team, using their most powerful move, and then you force field yourself? Can you do that? Time when they're using their most powerful move, and then you force field yourself. So anyway, but like, what happened if your opponent, destroy your force field? So kind of like in a way, then you can't even kind of like time it. So kind of like, so it would go back to this one, like Vespazon Remnant, like you fortify yourself constantly, and so in a way, that your opponent can't remove your, like try to take down your force field, because it's a fortification, throughout each turn, so this one, the force field, your opponent could try to take down your force field, but the Vespazon Remnant, you just constantly fortify your base, and so it kind of avoid your opponent finding a strategy to take away your force field and things like that. And as for this one, like the defensive tactic, well, like you could say, like because of the saying that a good offense is also a good defense, and so kind of like in a way, but you could look at the logo, it is mechanical, kind of like in a way. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I just been a while already. I don't remember everything of the 9 team. So what I'm recalling is you could actually use these. It could becoming really of like these tactical play could really turn, like, I think what I'm recalling is I just want to try it out again, just seeing, like I was saying earlier, just worthwhile seeing how these tactical play able to overcome the situation and things like that. Okay, basically what I want to point out is just because this one is defensive tactic, this one's fortifying your base, and because you can see like the buildings around and the logo, so it's kind of like fortifying. And this one's force field, so kind of like in a way it just might get confused as the force field or the fortifying base. This one's defensive tactic. Okay, there's some background activities going on. I'm going to continue while the background activities going on. Okay, anyway, so basically just want to point out that wanted to see how the defensive tactic work again. Just been a while, like I don't remember everything. Okay, so that will be all for today PTTS sessions video on. Oh, this is one more thing. It just, like I was just saying earlier, that I didn't really point out any of the characters associating with the New War event duelist team, and before, it's just hard to talk about it because of it is hard to talk about, and also there's this miscommunication / misunderstanding, and so I'm just gonna keep it at that for now, and that's why I just briefly went through the 9 team. Okay, so that's the one thing I want to add before I end this today PTTS sessions video. Okay, so today PTTS sessions video is on PTTS Exclusive First Magazine 3rd update. Thank you for watching. Okay, and if I have anything I want to add to this video, I will add it to the next video. Okay, so thank you for watching PTTS. Thank you for following PTTS. I'm going to end this video in 3, 2, 1.